Alright, in the top right hand corner, we have the guy who defended against an all-in in the last round.
SuperNova.
And at the bottom left corner, we have the guy who actually went for proxy.
aLive.
TSL aLive needs to stay alive for this round or he will be out of the tournament.
That's right. He'll just be in Code A next season instead of having a shot at the up and down matches. By the way, what I said about Code A, it actually hasn't been decided yet. The winner won't necessarily get the spot. Still figuring out what to do with that Hydra spot, so don't get too excited, everybody. Huck just punched his wall somewhere. Don't punch a wall, Huck. You need your hands to play StarCraft.
That's possible.
Silly guy.
Looks like both of them going for really standard TVT openings here.
Well, aLive actually has 2 SCVs going through the center. There's the first one, passing up SuperNovas, and the other one is going in a completely different direction. I think he's going to proxy a barracks, or maybe even a factory. I don't know.
Well, he can actually proxy a Blue Flame factory if he wants to, because I don't think that SCV is to build a star part. It's too early for him to go for Banshee.
Kind of interesting. You know, in StarCraft 1, you could proxy a factory back in the area that his SCV is, and you would just use siege tanks and the terrain to siege up and push into the main base of your opponent. So, very powerful, cheesy strat in StarCraft 1.
It's quite interesting to see what he wants to do with his SCV there. He puts down a factory.
We'll have to see. It's going to be some old school stuff. Surprisingly, that aLive is actually playing so cheesy overall. 2 proxies so far. But if this is just like a Banshee proxy, which it definitely could be, then, I mean, that's fine. Banshee proxies are actually really quite good.
Doesn't seem to be putting... I mean, if he's doing a Banshee proxy, he could keep his factory at home.
Yeah, yeah. It's like an odd choice. Well, we'll have to see. Because a factory is being made by SuperNova, as we see. It's almost done. About the same timing as aLive's.
And he's also getting 2 gas at the same time. So there's a very high possibility that he's doing proxy Banshee. He's actually getting a tag lap on his factory right now, and he doesn't have a star part up yet. So we might see a Blue Flame. There you go.
Ah, alright. So it's just going to be a proxy Blue Flame Hellion drop. Interesting. But SuperNova moving across the map. 4 Marines, but there are 4 Marines at the top of the ramp as well. And they have a concave. And there's the 5th. So he's going to hold this. But a Hellion is here. Really good spread. SuperNova's Hellion not doing enough damage so far.
aLive actually doing a good job of pulling out 2 of his SCVs to try to defend. He is getting a star part right next to his factory.
Yeah. And it looks like it's going to be Banshee play from here for SuperNova. And also perhaps some siege tanks. So Banshee siege tank, obviously, if he has those in his main base, he's going to be able to deal with the Blue Flame Hellions quite quickly. But the thing is, yeah, he'll have the tank in there. But very quickly, the Banshee will leave his base to go and actually harass aLive.
For a kind of like, okay, I don't like to use the word, but for the kind of like a cheesy play, he's actually taking too long. He's waiting for the drop for his medivac to come out and do a Blue Flame drop. He's gonna go for a push right now. If he loses this, it's gonna be very hard for him to come back because his factories are so far away.
Exactly. He has to float it all the way back across the map to actually use them. And look at this. The Marines are coming up. These Hellions doing a great job microing against them. Getting a lot of damage to those Marines, really softening them up. And here we go. Blue Flame Hellion drop in the back of SuperNova's base. And the SCV's lining up all the ducks in a row for these Blue Flame Hellions. Getting a lot of kills. And now they're going to get out of there. Nope, they're going to walk around and dive the siege tank.
Commits and Scout. That was quite a bit of damage though. Now
Wow.
11 SCVs.
11 SCVs against 22 from aLive. So he got a ton of kills there.
SuperNova is definitely going to go for it right now. All
Back.
aLive has to do is actually just sit out. Get another army coming.
SuperNova right now is getting a Banshee, by the way. I mean, aLive is with Cloak. Whereas SuperNova is getting, smartly, a Viking. Oh! You guys didn't see it, but there was a Hellion microing so well against the Marines.
aLive was actually fighting with his Hellion. Coming up is a Banshee. Coming
And
in.
here comes the Banshee.
SuperNova.
Oh wow, a lot of those SCVs have been damaged, so he's killing them very quickly. 5 kills on that Banshee already.
Does not have Cloak yet, but he does not care. If he takes out the Mew, that would be so bad for SuperNova.
Wow, this build is actually so tight.
Oh my god, must not lose attack beauty before.
Oh, gets
Does
the
not
tech
finish.
lab before Cloak finishes.
Cancel Cloak. But there is still so much damage done to SuperNova's economy.
Yeah, SuperNova only has 11 SCVs again to 26 of aLive, so aLive in an absolutely amazing situation.
The Viking actually straight away rallied and taking out the Viking. Still
Oh
doing
my
so
god.
much damage.
His Blue Flame Hellion play is absolutely astounding. It's so great.
Having a look at the SCV count.
Oh my, it's quite one-sided.
Well, if SuperNova can hold this out long enough, because it doesn't look like aLive is going to push anytime soon, he might be able to come back, but currently he's still really behind.
Yeah, you know, TVT is definitely a matchup you can come back in. It's such a complicated matchup, and attacking into siege tanks can be so cost inefficient that if your opponent makes a couple mistakes, you definitely can come back. Out of all the mirrors, definitely the most forgiving, I would say.
He's actually landing his factory.
Trying to get another Hellion out, not going to work. And that factory's going to be taken down. Don't want to be standing under that when it falls out of the sky, I tell ya.
Getting another star part up. I don't think any players can actually push right now.
No,
aLive, of course, doing a great job damaging SuperNova's economy.
Yeah, no one can really attack each other right now. You're quite right. The supplies are 46 to 47. Just so close, but aLive just has way more SCVs still. He's up 10 SCVs, which is insane. In fact, 11 SCVs, 19 to 30.
Plus, he has 2 Orbiter Command, so...
Yeah. SuperNova is coming across the map, but realistically, will he be able to do any damage? I don't know. You know, aLive is getting siege tanks. Siege mode is almost done. He's got a good amount of Marines. Really doesn't look like SuperNova can do too much. Maybe get a good siege up and contain him up his ramp. Something like that could be quite nice right now.
He's gonna be up. The siege tank, his siege mode just gets up in time.
And air dominance with aLive's Viking. Very good job there.
Marines are gonna come in and try to take down this siege tank, but there are 2 siege tanks in the base right now. I don't think he can actually do this.
Yeah, SuperNova actually getting very, very aggressive there and did a lot more damage than I thought he actually would. I'm sure aLive is a little bit surprised as well. And once again, completely dead even supply-wise, 51 to 50. aLive with just 1 more supply, but again, 10 more SCVs still.
But that's the only thing SuperNova can actually do right now. Try to pressure aLive in hopes that he won't attack him, because he actually does not know how far ahead aLive is. He knows that he himself lost a lot of SCVs. Needs to actually expand, which they both are doing right now.
Well, it is indeed an expansion time. I love that setup, by the way, using those Zelnaga watchtowers, the siege tanks. Cloak being researched for aLive. Interesting decision.
I mean, that would do so much in a Marine siege tank.
Yeah, I mean, that last TVT we watched here, Kelly, I mean, the Banshees
Banshee
were everything. The harassment that we saw was totally off the hook.
Coming to scout, sees that nothing weird is happening. There's no secret expansion. Both players just gonna sit in their base and try to get a decent army. Definitely gonna see Banshee harass coming in very, very soon from aLive. His cloak is just up. SuperNova actually needs to start building turrets in his base.
Now, aLive might get pretty scary here with these Banshees. He's got the cloak done, and right now, SuperNova only has one scan available. So a sudden onset of Banshees, when we really don't have any missile turrets, is the potential to kill a ton of SCVs, which he can't have happen again. He's already lost so many SCVs. Here we go. Cloak Banshee coming into the expansion, and SuperNova's got to be shaking his head at this point. These Vikings are actually across the map at the moment. Look at this, taking out all the Marines.
Even if he scans, he has no Marine to defend it. Looks like SuperNova has to. You know, I just don't see him coming back. He's losing so much. He got harassed 3 times, lost so many SCVs. Now actually losing most of the Marines, which is what he needs to defend. Even he does a scan. Almost took that 1 siege tank down. Here comes the scan though, for sure.
12 kills on this Banshee right now. Poor SuperNova's at 29 SCVs against 49 of aLive.
Finally does a scan, but aLive does not care.
Yeah, aLive doesn't care at all.
He damage.
aLive is going to laugh all the way to this victory. I mean, he's got a ton of units. SuperNova not sieged up right now, and that is going to be a problem for him. Sim not quite done for aLive, where the game could end much, much quicker. And bam, beautiful siege, but he's not going to have enough to actually hold off this attack, despite that huge amount of splash damage to the Marines.
Here comes aLive army. Like Ro16 said, it's gonna be really hard for SuperNova to actually hold this one. He's gonna siege up.
And beautiful sieging. Well, maybe not that front tank. It's taking a lot of damage, but it's so much damage. Even if aLive loses all these units, he is dealing insanity damage. He's up 20 supply at the moment.
He actually lost all his Marines over there.
Yeah, you see, that was so greedy. He's like, okay, just leave the game. Please get out. He should have sieged up at the maximum range of that command center in a nice straight line and really punish SuperNova further. You cannot get cocky TVT. This is the way to come back, is to just defend attacks like that where your opponent just thinks he's far ahead. TVT is not like the other matchups. You cannot just throw units into units.
Getting a little bit too cocky over there.
Yeah.
That attack. He could have ended, but I don't know why he suicided his whole Marine army to that 1 siege tank in the expansion of SuperNova. Now SuperNova has a Raven up, so that's going to be secure for him against any Banshee attack. He just has to make sure during battle. Oh my god, my loses 2 Vikings.
A little bit, getting ahead of himself a little bit there. And that Banshee isn't going to do anything. Raven is sitting there with some Marines. I like how he sees the Raven, cloaks, and goes. It's like, oh, it's a Raven, I better cloak. I don't want him to see me. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy.
Newsflash.
He can see you, yeah. See that thing that says detector? Yeah, he sees you. You're not very stealth to him. Well,
aLive at this time should actually try to expand since he's quite far ahead.
Thank you for bringing that up. I actually haven't said that all today. When you're ahead, you don't just go try to kill your opponent. Well, there are some circumstances, but overall, guys, you don't just go and try to kill your opponent. You get more ahead. You take another base. You get into a position where he could never possibly come back from.
SuperNova right now coming with 2 Banshees of his own.
Well,
doesn't actually have cloak, right?
No, he did not have cloak. Got a good amount of SCVs. And actually, you know, SuperNova is staging an SCV comeback. He's at 44 against 62, not nearly as bad as it was. But aLive making a great choice to expand to the high yield base on the right-hand side of the map.
Well, that is definitely a good choice to make because he is already ahead. Like Ro16 said, he just needs to get more ahead. He's gonna go for the push right now. Try to do as much damage as he can to SuperNova and make him turtle. Has a very solid goal base. Even if he loses army later on in game, he's gonna be able to reproduce really fast. Needs to really get control of the map if he has such a big army.
Yeah.
His army is actually twice.
Almost. 91 supply at 134. Insanely big supply advantage.
Loses that bench. He does not manage to take out a Raven. Does come in and finally takes out a Raven. Takes out 2 siege tanks up front. He's trying to go in with his Marines.
Oh, man.
Has to be careful not to suicide his Marines again.
Look at this contain that we have going on. Totally wild. SuperNova going to win the air battle for once, but aLive has the siege tanks in such places that SuperNova, it has to be very, very sad.
I see a SCV train going to a Sahayu base right now. And aLive is just too much a hit.
He is. I mean, he's taking that gold base, Kelly, and he's going to be mining insane amounts. In fact, he's mining twice his opponent right now. It's about 800 income versus 1900.
Well, he can actually throw down a lot of barracks right now and build a massive marine army since he has so much gold minerals coming in, and he's not going for heavy gas.
Yeah, that's a good call because he just did that. He has 5 racks right now, 2 backs, and a starport. And here we go. SuperNova trying to break through. Definitely cannot do it. Losing a ton of units. Oh no.
Oh, getting caught by the Marine.
And aLive. That game completely outplaying SuperNova. Taking a swig of his vitamin water. Those things are expensive. Those things are like 1,800 won here. I know they're at least $2 in USA. They taste good though. I like the dragon fruit one. It's quite delicious. So a little tip in case you go to 7-Eleven, you're like, I'll try vitamin water.
Do they have guinea pig flavor?
I should hope not. I thought that I wasn't casting with tasteless today, but it looks like I am because that joke certainly was tasteless.
Okay, so we're gonna wait for the third game, the ace match.
That is it. The final map.
It's gonna be on Teldurim.
Ooh, Teldurim Altar. Haven't seen him game there today. We normally see TVZs there. Seems like every TVZ in the history of the world has been played on that map recently.
I think a lot of Zergs actually like that map because in the middle of the map is so big, you can get a surround very easily.
When they get their creep all up in there, oh man, the flanks that you can see. The flanks that you can see.
Well, looks like we are all set to go for the ace match. OGS SuperNova and TSL aLive. First game went to SuperNova. And TSL aLive actually took a second game after a pretty unique opening.
Yeah, proxying a lot of Blue Flame Aliens and Banshees and all sorts of stuff.
All sorts of stuff. But still, it comes down to Marine and Siege Tanks.
It did. That's TVT in a nutshell. All right, it is time, Kelly. Game 3. Let's go.